And welcome my fellow scouts to a 4v4 Napoleon Total War 3 battle replay today at Reverse Spain 4C. Today's replay was sent to me by JGMaster, who's commanding France 1807 Espana or Espana. We have on his allies today Opium Fields, Erich.Hartmman, Fork number 2. Their opponents today are Paranoid, Flux Bus, Gamelord, and Minh or Man. I've got to work on that pronunciation there. Go through the factions of his allies. Here we have Bayern in front of us. We have over here Denmark, and on the far right we've got France 1807, another Espana army there, 1814, 1807, 1814, whatnot. Okay, scrolling through the map here, we see some of their opponents come into view here. We have the Heiliges Romisches Reich. We have Espana 1811, 1814. Another Heiliges Romisches Reich. And Portugal. I was actually trying to listen to the pronunciation of this. It takes a little bit of work. I've obviously got to repeat that process a few times to get the name down, but I think it's like Heiliges Romisches Reich or Heiliges Romisches Reich. One of those two. Okay, the points today, we have 5 1-pointers on the field, so slim pickings. Blue team moving to secure 2 pointers close to them. There's also 1 pointer close to the north, but that's in enemy territory, I think. So we'll see what happens to that 1 pointer there. We are a little ways off for an engagement. So if you guys want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, there are various methods you can use to send me replays, which are my Discord ID, sending replays to me directly. Same goes for my email at scoutsoфentertainment@gmail.com, or joining my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post your replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel you will find there. You can also tag me in your respective replay as well on the Napoleon Total War 3 Discord in this case. I also have various funding options available too if you'd like to support the work and the channel. But if you want to help out the channel in another way, then don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe of course you haven't already, and tick that bell for notifications so you never miss a battle as it drops. Okay, we've got troops here crossing the river. France sort of leading the way here. Denmark leading the way on the left flank. Out front here we got some hussars here. Moderately fast. I don't know, I couldn't say that word before. We've got some dragoons here on their left. Dragoons, Orlans. Main army not too far behind them. We've got some grenadiers here. It looks to be a couple units of grenadiers. Grenadiers are great units for melee combat. Also decent shooters, but cost a bit of money compared to most other units here. We've got a couple of skirmishers as well, some voltigeurs. They have slightly better range than standard infantry, but only slightly. Looks like we've got Roman Empire's... Oh, there's General there. I half thought I was looking at an artillery piece from a distance. And General's unit just spread out over a long distance. So we've got 2 Holy Roman Empire armies today. Don't often see 2 armies of the Roman Empire on the battlefield. Friends we see all the time. Okay, so it looks like we are a little ways off for an engagement. So we'll do a small cut, guys, and come back just before combat begins. So see you soon. Alright, peoples, we might have our first engagement here. We've got the elite cavalry here from the Roman Empire sort of leading the charge. You've got supporting cav behind them. We've got 2 other cav units running around the trees here. The Roman Empire has his ally Spain on his right. They're trying to push France off the hill here and secure the house for themselves. But France's army ain't too far behind. They're trying to dismount the hill as we speak. We've got Bayern and JG here on the left moving up towards the town. Alright, Roman Empire did charge in after all. France outflanked Roman Empire's Cuirassier army, Cuirassier cavalry. You have another unit of Cuirassier, elite heavy cavalry. Roman Empire has France outnumbered here. Well, the France's cavalry units, the morale's fluctuating here and there. We've got support coming in. Just as they break, these guys arrived just a little bit too late. Portugal also onto the scene. France here is in a lot of strife. He just lost that unit. he was seconds away from probably saving those 2 units there. These guys here can form square. And in fact they are. But probably form square too soon. Well, their elite cav here got butchered down to 17. They ain't coming back. Bayern's charged into Portugal. France, I think this is JG's cav here, coming in to support him. The Cuirassieri almost broke themselves trying to attack Portugal with mid-tier cav. So we've got some dragoons and some chasseurs moving up. Decent cav units. Is JG leaving his army exposed by sending these guys so far forward? We got here a set of 4-pounders. We got 2 sets of 4-pounders. Yep. That's a general unit there. No artillery I see there for Bayern. Oh wait, hang on. Right here. 6-pounder crew, 3 cannons. Their enemy though is safely behind these hills here, so blue team needs to move up their artillery some distance in order to try and reach their opponents. If they try to unload and shoot from there, they ain't going to get too many hits. At most, the best they could probably deal there is some morale shock. That's about it. But France moving up here in force to take this house. Roman Empire and Portugal will be forced to retreat. We've got some Roman Empire infantry now appearing on the scene. But it looks like France will get there first. Cavalry is thinking about going in. Infantry was moving up, but they seem to have halted for now. It's too bad France doesn't have any pony artillery. We could have brought it up here in a hurry and fired the Roman Empire as they brought up their troops. And we got France here. He knows Roman Empire's got his cav here. He ain't going to be surprised. He's going to try and drive him back. And push the Roman Empire back so France has the enemy facing in front of him. He doesn't have to worry about being outflanked. Hang on. No, they're going to charge in. They're going to fight. It's just a little bit surprising that the Roman Empire is engaging him. 2-on-2, I felt this was a France victory. Okay, we've got support arriving on scene, but is it enough? Now these are all light tier cav going up against moderately medium cavalry. Denmark also setting up support, heavy cav here. Livgarden till Heist. We got here an artillery piece belonging to the Roman Empire which is about to be butchered. Don't know why the Roman Empire put his artillery here. But maybe he had time to get it out of there. I don't know.
Our men are running, sir.
Okay, no. That's pretty fast. The artillery hooked up with some fast ponies there. Okay, France has arrived at the crest of the hill. Looks like the French cavalry has run interference, buying the French army time to summit the hill and come down the crest. And they've also taken the house. Blue team is driving the red team back here. France ambushed the Roman Empire before they get their artillery to safety. That's unfortunate. It seemed like he was about to escape and actually get away there. Portugal kept being shot at. Portugal should have given up the chase. He won that battle, but because he pursued France, his own cav was wiped out. Let's have a look. Down to half strength. Might get that back. It seems like Roman Empire is forming some sort of arrowhead formation here, if you look at it, what he's doing. It looks kind of cool, but I question the arrowhead formation. Like with 2 or 3 infantry units should probably be dispatched over here to keep an eye on the French cavalry for sure. But the rest of the units here should try to form up a long line and march on France while they still outnumber the force here. They could even shoot the French troops as they come around the buildings as well. No other activity here. This is the only battle going on at the moment. Okay. Denmark controls the house over here. They're leaving the house alone, well deep in their own territory. They have some infantry standing by though to occupy it in a moment's notice, which will give them the winning points. Bayern sort of gearing up to try and face Portugal. Portugal falling back to the safety of the town. But we've discussed the dangers of fighting in the town like this. If he does fight in the town, he has to pull his forces back further into the town, so that Bayern has to come in and engage him. If he tries to fight here at the mouth, then Bayern can just outnumber his forces and have like 2 or 3 units here, firing into the one little narrow choke point. This forces Portugal to spread out his own troops more, and allows Bayern to focus down Portugal unit by unit. Which is why it ain't ideal to fight in a town unless your opponent is chasing in after you, and you can deny him that space to fight, to have multiple units firing on one of yours. We've got some French skirmishers, 2 units of voltigeurs coming around, make that 3. They can get a little bit closer. And I say they can get a little bit closer because right now the Roman Empire unit here, which is some of the Duchy, is not even aiming their rifles at them. We got some Garde de Corps. It looks like they've lost half the unit in battle already. Careful. Espana is over there with some dragoons. Okay, this unit's copped the most damage out of any of the others. Yeah, it seems like France is really focusing these guys down. They've lost 70 men compared to everyone else. He's lost like between 5 and maybe 30 at most. Bayern's charging in with another unit of Caesarea. Now, Steely was actually teaching me how to pronounce that word there before, but unfortunately pronunciation just escapes me properly. Takes more practice. Whoops, too far. Let's check out casualties of the French. Very minimal at this stage. Denmark's also about to get their own cav behind the Roman Empire's lines here. This guy's in a lot of strife. Okay, he's peeled off a couple of units here to fire into them through a gap that he's created. Okay, his Grenadier unit formed square obviously kept this unit at bay. Bayern's moving in closer, but not engaging just yet. Denmark also hasn't seen any battle. We usually see the battle along this point here. We've been on this map a couple of times. Usually the battle takes place here. Also down here as well we've seen. This is the first time we've seen a heavy engagement, I think, on this side.
Our Our general is under attack.
I don't think this unit of grenadiers are firing on the flanks here. Of this unit. 2 on 1, and this unit is still doing very well. No, there is 2 units of them. Down to almost half strength there. And General is close by, which will keep these guys in the fight for as long as possible. I mean, you can't get much closer than that. But why is he fighting alone like this? His allies are so far back, it's not funny. Well, some of these units here reformed, which is great news for him. But look, if he wants to keep his army intact and alive, then he has to retreat. Unfortunately, if he does, he's going to take a lot of casualties. And I don't know if his army would survive the retreat. France has some voltigeurs. These guys should move up and position them maybe over here. So in the event the Roman Empire does retreat, they'll have to march right by the voltigeurs as they're shooting them from the side. And it looks like the Roman Empire doesn't have any cavalry nearby, along with Portugal. So in the absence of cavalry, I'd say the skirmishes here are pretty safe. Okay, Espana moving up. They're going to try and engage the second France Espana player. Okay, Portugal did drive Bayern into the street fight. And Portugal trying to outflank. They're actually going to break this unit. They did it. The street fight engagement not favouring Bayern's forces at all. Portugal has dug in well and repelled the first attack. Four units are now routed. We've got a French Dragoon unit way back in enemy lines here. Maybe trying to take out the Espana artillery. A few 6-pounders here. 2 crews of 6-pounders. Roman Empire's trying to chase after him, but that's pointless. They won't reach them in time. We have a 10-pounder here as well. So a lot of artillery on this hill. Red team loses it. I'd say the chances of winning are almost slim to none. But we've got some reinforcements coming over here to reinforce the right flank. This will definitely help things. It'll keep Roman Empire in the fight. May even help him turn it around, but his centre is looking very thin. In light of that, he probably should pull back. Okay, yeah, forget what I said. Roman Empire here should pull back. His ranks are looking so depleted. France still has the high ground. He's also got the house, so he can fire from a position of cover. Roman Empire's taking casualties as they're marching up. These guys here, they were walking. They probably should be running. Well, these guys here, they've been fighting for a little while, but they're still fresh. What is that? And why do we have one unit behind another? Okay. Looks like Roman Empire's trying to take the house. It just got broke by being shot in the back. We've got a general here that could be killed. Is that who the Roman Empire's going after? The grenadiers are forming up. They're going to try and fire into the backs here of the Roman Empire. General's going to try and get away there. He tried to get at the French artillery, the 12-pounder crew. No dice there. Okay, 12-pounder winding up. At this range, you think the Roman Empire units are dead meat. Jeez, how long do I have to prime those cannons? It's taking a while. I think the cannons can take like 45 seconds to over a minute to fire again. Okay, here we go. Ooh. That didn't work out too well, did it? There you are. Oh, they're firing cluster shot. No, they're falling. The unit just broke. Okay, I think it's only a matter of time before France wins that one. We got another unit here. It looks to be pretty fresh, in fact. It needs to move up here, reinforce the center. Looks like got more reinforcements coming over, but they got to double time it. France is closing in on the units over here. This is the closest point in the battle on this side. No casualties there. Minor casualties over here. Again, battle obviously is in its early stages. Only a couple of units there on each side showing real damage. Jeez, those guys here took a huge hit. We've got some Bayern cavalry coming over here. Who are they trying to take out? Oh, right into them. And that broke him. That looked like a howitzer shot, judging from the spread. Oh no, that's artillery. Made from the 6-pounder of Bayern. We've got a 3-pounder crew over here as well. So we have 2 crews of 3-pounders. And also a 4-pounder here from France that we saw earlier, the 2 crews there. So France and Bayern bring up a lot of firepower here, looking to destroy that house even. Probably shouldn't be firing into it while they have their own troops inside of it. Denmark is engaging the 2nd Roman Empire player. Seems to have him outnumbered as well. Alright, Bayern, he took the house. Is this the only entrance inside of it? It looks to be. And Bayern's covering the entrances. Also the entrance to the house. France is also preventing Spain from marching around it. Portugal's also stuck here as well. The artillery over here from Bayern and France should keep Portugal and Espana from coming around this side. Best chance to come around and take the houses on this side here. There's only a couple of Bayern units here.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must raid.
Oh, where was that? France caught up with Portugal's general, who got left out there alone. Okay. French cavalry moving in, taking out the Spanish forces here. Unopposed. Corps Provisional de Curseurs. Or Cuirassiers. Jeez, this Spanish unit seems not bothered by any of them. They can form square too. They're in danger of being broken. Where's this cavalry coming in? Don't know where the Cuirassiers are charging into. Artillery there, struck them. He's took out 7 of them. Oh no, 3 of them. My bad. 3. Denmark pretty much butchered the Roman Empire units out here. There were only 3 of them. Very few will survive that. Bayern moving through the town here, not fearing Portugal whatsoever. He's weaving through the streets, trying to push Portugal back. Portugal's got to be careful. You can't let Bayern go too much further, or Bayern might be able to charge through this side, come up behind the Spanish line. The Roman Empire should have pulled back earlier while they had the chance. Wasn't loving their chances. And Denmark appears to be trying to finish them off. Well, they might reform if Denmark doesn't get to them first. Okay, Spain's over here. These guys are exhausted, that's why I'm moving so slow. What are they charging at?
Our men are running, sir.
Again, it's the Austin Powers steamroller scene. Napoleon style. Coming to kill you in slow motion. There's a general. He's gonna try to escape. Yeah, the rest of the artillery though is finished.
Our men are running, sir.
Okay, France moving around. Blue team has them almost completely surrounded. There's a huge gap in their lines there that their remaining cav can exploit. This other French player can also come around and attack them, form a perfect box around their enemy, and just press against them. Bayern doesn't really need to advance, he probably just needs to hold his position and shoot at Portugal in the event that Portugal comes towards him. There's very little troops left over here.
Our men are running.
The best Roman Empire can do here is try and get as many kills as you can. He's formed square, holding the enemy cav mostly at bay, taking out one, or breaking one unit, taking out a lot of cav as well. They probably got a little bit too cocky there for their own good.
Our men are running, sir.
They're exhausted. They're probably going to break. There you go. You could see that coming. Now these two units will quickly join them.
Our men
Roman Empire here, trying to just delay the enemy. You don't imagine they'll be able to delay them too long. Come on guys, start firing. There you go. Broke him in a single volley. France is maneuvering themselves around here. Now Denmark, France and Bayern didn't need to wait for the other French player. Most Espana troops, they just broke on their own accord. Yeah, they just broke. Being fired at right in the head. See, back in ancient times, in ancient warfare, apparently when a pikeman or an ancient Greek army wanted to surrender, they simply raised their spear as a sign of surrender. The enemy would know to stop, like killing them, whatever. Obviously, in these times, you simply put down your gun. But I half wonder if the French army would stop firing at you if you put down your weapon. If you hate the enemy enough, I wonder if the rules of war really apply. Red team's on their last legs here. I commend the Roman Empire players for not dragging this out. This unit's engaging. France, though, being a little bit lenient. They could get in much closer. They got the manpower. They got the manpower to sustain a few casualties by getting in a little bit closer. Alright, they give up. We've had enough. We've got one last unit here that's formed square, ready to face the whole blue team from every direction possible. Portugal also has a unit of survivors coming back. Okay, the whole French line's forming up here. Let's see how long they last. Oh, didn't last too long. Looks like they've had enough. Suffering a lot of casualties. And we've got 2 French cavalry against Murder to finish off Portugal. Oh, they broke. As soon as the cave got even a little bit close. It's got to be it. Victory to JGMaster and his allies today. So, opening fields there, 1421. Erich.Hartmman, 1644. Forker number 2, 740. And JGMaster, 2201. Nice work. Paranoid there, 734. Fluxbus, 861. Gamelord, 1029. Minh, 275. Unlucky there, the whole. Okay, best kill counts there were the Corps Provisional de Gracias on 437. Royal Dragoons, 231. Chasseurs, 185. And more Dragoons there, 170. Infantry, their Great Personnery, I think 157. Maximilian, 138. Corps there, Dragoons, 128. So yeah, the Corps Provisional de Gracias do very, very well in most battles I see them in. Worth noting that. If you guys want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you can send them once again to my email at scoutsentertainment@gmail.com. You can send them to me directly on the Discord, or you can join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post your replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel. You will find out once you're in. You can also tag me on your replay in the Napoleon Total War 3 Discord as well. Thank you to JGMaster for sending me this replay. This is Micka on behalf of Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye my fellow Scouts, catch you in the next Total War battle.